Hello YouTube, I've just completed Grand Champion, now I'm Royal Champion, and as you can see these are the games I've played. Won quite a bit. I'm going to share some replays with you guys and kind of explain what it is I'm doing. Beat a lot of matchups, Sparky, Hog EQ, Xbow, so yeah, let's get to it. So the first game is against Xbow. He goes Xbow first play, which is not actually a good play, but it kind of caught me off guard. All you have to do when they just Xbow first play, especially in single, you can just fireball log and then just play like an ice golem or something just to tank. Yeah, the ice spirit placement, it wasn't perfect, but good enough. We're down a bit of elixir, but we're up damage, which is always good. 3.0 Xbow used to be kind of 50-50. I think nowadays the Xbow players usually win it a lot more than the 2.6 players ever since Evo Archers were released. They kind of shred. See, because I fireballed his last Xbow, he's played this one at the bridge, which means he can't then Tesla to catch my hog. So I don't think he should have done that. I think he should have just not gone for an Xbow in single. That's what good Xbow players tend to do. It's funny, this guy's called Lemon Tree 68. Those of you guys who are OG enough will know that he was the first almost well-known, like really good Xbow player. He was on CWA, made a bunch of like how to play Xbow videos, but he's quit the game, so I guess this guy's named himself after him. Yeah, he played as Archer and his Tesla, and too close together. I kind of just went and punished him. Evo Skellies do amazingly. I don't think he even needed that ice spirit. Yeah, it's early season, so people aren't really trying too hard, or I don't know, they're making a lot of mistakes, I guess. This time he plays his Xbow one tile down, so I go for my ice golem to tank, and then I just go for a cannon because I don't think he would have expected me to go for it again. Fireball to kill it, and yeah, we've gotten out of single and most of double so far just fine. We have quite a bit of a damage lead, so you know, I'm pretty happy at this point in the game. He's just sort of spamming Xbows. It's not the play. He needs to like split his archers and be a bit more passive and just wait and then punish me when I make the mistake. But I think because he was down so much damage, he just thought he had to go in. Here's a bit of a... he caught me in a bit of a bad cycle where I'm kind of now just fully on the defensive. Don't think I should have gone for that cannon up high, and then I try fixing the mistake by fireballing. It's okay, it just means that now I'm just having to spend so much elixir. I mean, what am I down, like 4 or 5 right now? Yeah, I don't even think I go for... Yeah, I'm sort of just applying. Now I know he's gonna overspend. So I go for that hog, and it's perfect timing. Because I'm so much on the defensive, I don't think he expected me to support that ice golem with a hog. His knight is out of cycle, so you want to go cannon at the bridge when they don't have their knight in cycle. Yeah, then he just gives up because he just lost. But you want to go for a cannon onto the Xbows when they don't have knight, and then you can just prediction log either ice spirits, skellies, or archers. Doesn't really matter what they play. Yeah, that was the end of the first game. Pretty clean game against Xbow. On to the next one. The next game that I'm going to show is against Juso. Juso, I'll show you guys, I'll insert it on the screen. He finished, I think, top 50 or top 60 in the world last season. He's insane. But yeah, this was a nice game, pretty clean. Thing is, if you don't know what you're doing against Sparky, you will just get destroyed. But again, once you learn the matchup, it's definitely 2.6's matchup. And when they're using Cannoneer, see, Cannoneer, you guys might have noticed that basically everyone on top ladder is using Cannoneer. It is broken. I mean, even though they start off about 700 damage behind, it's just really good. It's a really good card. And it's just a good tower troop. Like, the damage trade-off is worth it in most decks. Not every deck, but most decks it seems to work quite well. Yeah, this is pretty decent defense. I mean, I didn't do anything special. Now, he doesn't have as many P.E.K.K.A. in cycle, so I'm thinking, okay, I think I can pressure him, but I know he's going to go for his minions, and because he has Cannoneer, I thought he's either going to ignore it, and if he goes for his minions, then I can go really aggressive with my hog. Because basically, you see, I don't have to spend anything extra to defend the minions. I just go in, and now I have more elixir because he already had to spend some on minions. I think it was a decent play. We get a couple of hog hits and fireball value, which is nice. I wish I'd hit the Little Prince's ability troop. I forgot what it's called. Guardian or whatever. Because now I had to spend a log and skeletons. I would have probably just gone for skellies or something, or just a log otherwise. I'm now down a little bit, but it's okay because he doesn't have Evo Knight in cycle. It's not really that scary. Like his single Knight, I can just, you know, cannon first because I'm going to cannon anyway. Thankfully, also, he's not running like a version that runs Fireball. When they run Fireball, it's a lot harder. Here I just musk. See, I want to get my Evo Skellies. Normally use the Skellies to tank this first Sparky hit. But in this case, I wanted this Evo Skellies to go crazy. So, yeah, unfortunately, whenever they play the mini pack on the outside tile of the bridge, when it runs, it usually goes towards the muskies first instead of the cannon. So, yeah. He thought I'd go for Skellies and went prediction arrows, but didn't hit anything. That fireball there, I think, was an overcommit. I don't think I should have done that. I did, you guys will see, I managed to defend, but I don't think it was a good fireball, because I could have just defended those minions with one elixir, and I still would have won the game. Just made my life way harder. So defending this, first you want to tank the first spark hit, then you want to like collect everything together with the ice golem. Fireball, really nice ice spirit. Timed it like once the ice golem had slowed down the Sparky. It gives me enough time. This is kind of annoying. That Sparky is 1 HP, but nothing's targeting it. It's all the way at the back, and I just have to let it go. And so at this point, the way I would lose is if I start going for hogs. So I'm just spell cycling. Because if I start going for hogs and they get no value, and then I have to spend defending a mini P.E.K.K.A, and then you can get a proper Sparky push, that's how you can throw these kinds of games. But overall, really nice game against Juso, who's like, yeah, I think he finished 60-something in the world last season. I'll put it up on screen. Anyway, now we're playing against Hog EQ. Hog EQ has a lot of variants. People are sometimes running Evo Knight. Recently, people have been running a lot of Mighty Miner just for that 3-card cycle, and so that they can run Evo Firecracker instead of Evo Knight. Double evolutions are coming, so it's kind of interesting to see what people will run then. But yeah, I kind of always go Ice Golem Hog first play. I wouldn't really recommend it. That fireball was terrible. Just ignore that. way too aggressive. But you'll see like how you defend this though. The reason I go so aggressive is because I know that I can pull off this play, but you have to be perfect and you have to be really quick. So I wouldn't just don't go Ice Golem Hog Fireball first play. It's not good. But anyway, I'm alive. I now know what he's running. Sometimes I go aggressive just so I know what they're running, because otherwise people play really passive at the start. And the sooner you can figure out what deck your opponent is playing and what hog counters they have, you know, the easier you can then try and outplay them. But yeah, I just go for a hog, cycle it, see, get his Tesla out of cycle. Yeah, he wastes an ice spirit, but it's not a big deal. Here, he goes for his hog immediately because he knows that I can't cannon trick because there's a Tesla at the bridge. I don't actually think it was smart because I anyway have to cycle this many cards, and I was already up elixir, so you guys can see that now I've completely outcycled him. You know, he's nowhere near his Tesla. He's still 1 card away and he doesn't have elixir, so I know that, and I just go all in because I know he can't actually stop it. If he goes Mighty Miner, he can't, you know, that's just going to get shredded. And then I also get free King Tower activation, so pretty much dream start. Like I know why he went for that Hog EQ, right, like, you know, for his last play, but it was not a good play. Anyway, whenever they go Mighty Miner or Knight in the back, depending on whatever they're running, or Firecracker, kind of, I always just musky same lane. I just fireball it. Go for an Ice Golem, go for a Cannon. I hog instantly so that if he goes for an EQ, he'll be low on Elixir. He does manage to get his Tesla back just in time. If I had logged it, I think I would have got hog damage, but I logged the Evo Firecracker. Didn't need to, but I don't know. I just want that Evo Firecracker dead, man. If that thing stays alive even, you know, 1 push too many, it's game over. Unfortunately, the log makes my hog jumps over, but I'm still taking fireball value. The way in which you play against Tesla is if they play Tesla low, you can fireball the tower and the Tesla, and if they play it anywhere up high, you can then start stacking musks and you can start stack troops to DPS down that Tesla quickly. And then as soon as that Tesla's dead, and your hog probably won't get any damage, the whole point is whilst you're DPSing down that Tesla, you can cycle really quickly to another hog, and then you prediction log and you usually get damage. You should be able to, at least. See, that was a good prediction, a good fireball, but I actually missed the firecracker. Doesn't make a massive difference, but you know, it would have been better if I didn't. See here, this is where just being ready helps, because I knew he was going to make this play. I was already hovering my cannon and skeletons, because I knew he's going to use his ability and then go for a hog. He should have done it a bit earlier, but anyway, he got outplayed this game and just, yeah, he gave up. He knows it's over. So yeah, another really nice win against Hog EQ. I think usually you should be able to beat Hog EQ if you play well enough, but it's always really close. In triple it gets really close with 3-card cycle, that's kind of the problem. Anyway, here we're playing against a drill deck. Drill seems to be meta so far. A lot of people are running it because of the bomber evolution, which, if you want to know my 2 cents on it, it is broken. It's basically a 2 elixir magic archer, which is just not okay. Anyway, here, I don't know what he's running, and he just goes so aggressive that I end up overspending because I didn't have perfect defense. And he goes for a really good ghost opposite lane. Like, I gotta give props to him. That was a really nice ghost play. Yeah, I didn't expect him to do that, but that was well played. And then he goes for wall breakers, knowing that my cycle is completely messed up. So yeah, it's not a good start. This was a really bad start, actually. But you know, we'll see how I come back. So whenever they drill, I always just go for a hog. You know, it sort of stops them from committing too much with spells, and then they also have to defend. And also, it's like a mine. So you do the same thing against miner decks. When they go for a drill or a miner, you have to already spend 2 or 3 cards, at least usually 2 cards to defend it. And so that means you're now 2 or 3 cards closer to your hog if you hog before defending as opposed to after. This was nice, you know. And look at the Evo skeletons. It's actually ridiculous. It's actually hilarious. 1 Evo skeleton chained, and it's just, you know, I go Ice Spirit. I'm just now distracting, and he just gives up. It's game over. Evo skeletons are hilarious. They're not the best evolution, but when they work, they work. Yeah, this was a fun game. Evo skeletons are hilarious. One more game against Sparky. This guy also has a top 100 finish, so, you know, he's no slouch. And you guys will see how I win this. This is hilarious as well. Yeah, split skellies in the back, and then I just cycle an Ice Spirit. If you guys are also wondering what account, this is my mini account, this Levi account. Yeah, again, you see me just going Ice Golem, Hog at the bridge, and now I know he's running Sparky, because like as soon as I see Knight Mini P.E.K.K.A, I'm like, okay, I know what this is. Anyway, we go for this defense, just first tanking for the Spear Goblin hits. And then this, I cannot believe that Ice Spirit didn't jump onto the Mini P.E.K.K.A. And I also could have logged. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't expect the Mini P.E.K.K.A to get through everything. I don't know how it killed my Musk, and then I don't know how it hit my tower. It shouldn't have if my Ice Spirit decided to actually jump on what it's meant to, but it is what it is. So we're down a little bit because of that 1 Mini P.E.K.K.A hit. I have no idea why he gave me this fireball value. Like, looking back, I still don't understand this play. The only times where people cycle minions in like same lane trying to get you to fireballs when they're playing some sort of fireball bait. Like usually they'll have minion horde as well. So that play made no sense. So yeah, Muskie in the back is fine. See, I don't go for a hog opposite lane. You shouldn't go for a hog opposite lane when they have the Mini P.E.K.K.A, because then you have to defend a Mini P.E.K.K.A on the left and a GobGiant Sparky push on the right, and you're just not going to be able to defend that in single. He lets my Mask lock onto his Sparky, which is amazing because it's dead. And then here I get a little bit lucky with the timing of these Evo skeletons. And then as soon as I see this, I'm like, okay, I can go in. He goes for minions and I instantly fireball. I was like hovering it and he zaps and missed. Again, one Evo skeleton. And look at this. One Evo skeleton. He fireballs out of panic, misses. Because I don't even think you can hit them all. It's hard to hit all of them. And well, that's 2 games in 2. 2 and 2 and 2. 3 crowns. Look at that. This was, again, hilarious. One Evo skeleton carrying. I mean, how often does that happen? One Evo skeleton, 3 crowning, 2 games in a row. Yeah. Now, okay, we play against Mortar Bait for this in this next game. Mortar Bait is hard when they have like Cannon Cart and Minion Horde. But this version where it's like pure bait, just like Goblin Gang and just Musk and Knight, this isn't too hard to beat. Again, Ice Golem Hog first play. At this point, I'm not really sure what he's running. Like, this could also just be minor poison with Mortar. But yeah, as soon as I see the Goblin Gang, I'm thinking, okay, this is most likely some kind of Mortar Bait deck. But I'm still not sure what version he's running. I haven't played against this in a long time. See, I've outcycled him, so I just go in, and I tried defending the Skeleton Barrel with an Ice Spirit. I mistime it, so we do take some damage. I always practice it, because it's always worth going and like practicing it, because the times where you do pull it off, or the times when you need to pull it off, the more times you practiced it in the past, the more likely you are to actually pull it off. So since it's early season, I could have also just cycled back to a log or something, but no, I wanted to go for Ice Spirit practice. Anyway, again, Knight in the bag, Musk. I split Evo Skeletons because I realized that he doesn't have the best ways of dealing with it. He goes for a hog. Sorry, he goes for a log, and so I hog opposite lane, and how does he deal with the Evo Skeletons? Right, he kind of just assumes they'll get dealt with, and you'll see, look at this. It chains off the Mortar, gets onto his tower. I try fireballing his Spear Goblins because I thought they'd stay alive, but... And look at this. Boom. You guys just watched me 3 count 3 games in a row with Evo Skeletons. That's never happened. I mean, that's crazy. That's completely crazy. 3 games in a row, I 3 crown people with Evo Skeletons. Man, Evo Skeletons are, like I said earlier, when they work, they really work. Alright, now this guy, I'm going to put up his profile. He finished at 3,050. Top 1k, top 500, I think, in the world last season. So he's a really good 2.6 player. And you guys are going to see how you play a 2.6 mirror matchup. There is quite a few ways of playing it, but you guys will see what I do. I've been practicing it quite a bit with some really good 2.6 players last season. Shout out to Nitrum G, So Tired, Anime Art, and the rest of them in Quantum North. They are helping me practice. To summarize, the way in which you win it is not by going like really aggressive with Ice Golem Hogs, or even Hogs in general. It's mainly by cycling Ice Golems and mainly Musks, basically. And whoever has the better micro interactions at defending their musketeers is usually going to win the game, right? And then the way in which you can punish is by going for Hogs. And even just naked fireballs sometimes are the play. If you can kill their musketeer and yours stays alive and you're up elixir, sometimes you know that you're not going to get damage with a Hog Rider because they just have a cannon, and what can you do? Also, you can notice this log chip that I'm getting. Often, if you play really, really good 2.6 players, by the end of the game, it just comes down to who log chipped more. Here, he forgets that I have Evo Skeletons, and so I'm up tons of elixir. I just defended 1 for 4, and he gets to log the Evos, and you can see I'm up about 5 elixir. At this point, I'm thinking, I know he has Evo Skeletons, and he's going to try and do the exact same thing that I just did, and I'm up elixir, so I can prediction log it. So I thought about that, and so I go for this, and I see that he's wasted all of his elixir, and I forget to pre-log. Like, my brain just... I was so annoyed at myself, because I knew he was going to do this, and I don't know why I didn't go for prediction log. I would have won the game right there and then. But anyway, he still has to fireball this, because you can see I protected my Musk better than him. So he's now down a fireball, which is good for me. So I just reload with the musketeer. Whenever they waste a fireball, you can just cycle a Musk freely. So I'm logging. I think I go skeletons and ice golem because I want to get. I want to protect my musk. Go for a hog first before going for a cannon, right? So I get back to it a little bit quicker. I'm still protecting my musk as much as possible. Again, that log chip, important. My musk kills his musk, and so I go Evo skeletons to DPS it down, and I hog because I know he's going to go in, right? So now I go for an ice spirit, thinking, you know, maybe if you had a I didn't know. I'm not really keeping track of his elixir. I'm keeping track of his cycle. Yeah, this was bad. I was keeping track of the actual cards, but I always mess this up in this mirror matchup. I always forget when they can go for Evo skeletons. It's kind of hard keeping track of everything, but yeah, that's something I could have done better for sure in this game. I let him just kill the musk, because I kind of realized that he just spent a fireball and an ice spirit, which are kind of important cards for defense, and now I can just go in really aggressive and try and outcycle him. So here you can see I'm spending all this extra elixir killing his hog. Now this was really good. He goes for a musk, and I know that I've outcycled him, and he knew I'd outcycled him, which is why he went for prediction musk. And so you can see I immediately changed lanes. You got to be like willing to change lanes, especially when I know that he has nothing, right? I know that he doesn't have cannon, and he knows that I've outcycled him, so he goes for that prediction musk. You can see how I defend my. I go for like a sacrificial hog, to distract the musketeer. But like I was saying earlier, I knew that he didn't have cannon, and he knew it, and he knew I was going to pressure him, but he just didn't know which lane. So as soon as he went for that mask, wasted 4 elixir, and he doesn't have cannon, the only thing he can do is ice spirit skeletons. So he changed lane, prediction log, and yeah, that's essentially what won me this game. Even this, the high cannon, because I know that either he fireballs my musk, and my musk doesn't die, so I just let him if he wants to, because I'm up so much, or he has to try and fireball my cannon. So I go for a high cannon on that last push, which you'll see helped. Yeah, not the best micros here. I mess up a little bit at the end. I should have played this cannon 1 tile higher. Would have pulled the hog. Wouldn't have needed to go ice spirit plus log, but it's all good. Now I've stabilized. Now I'm still going for my own hogs. You don't want to let them just go on offense too much. You also want to be applying pressure. But at this point, yeah, it's game over. Really, what won me this game is good micros, but also that changing lane when he went for that musk and instantly realizing that I can do that was what won me that game. And this guy finished top 500 of the world with 2.6, so he's not like a slouch. But yeah, that's everything, guys. Look, here's his profile. Look at this, 504 in the world. Look at that, that's crazy. And then here's Juso's profile. Let me find it. Okay, this is Oxalate. I want to make a separate video of me beating Oxalate. But look at Juso. Look how high up he finished.